Hey everybody, Lee here. Today we're going to be working on the 47. We're going to change oil in it, which is exciting, isn't it? Super riveting content today. But this car is well overdue for an oil change, and why not? There's a couple other things we're going to fix along with the oil change today. This little, I don't know if you can see this very well, this little clamp holding the fuel line to the firewall, the little rubber deteriorated for some reason. So we're gonna fix that because it's starting to chafe the fuel line. And second, my fuel bowl is pretty skunky. I think I got some bad gas yesterday at the gas station. It's only $2 a liter. That's exciting. Spend $2 a liter and get bad gas. So I'm gonna drain that bowl out and see if maybe there was just crap in the bowl before. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. It still runs fine. So yeah, let's get to it. First thing we gotta do is drive up on blocks because I cannot fit a floor jack underneath this car. Okay, so I got my drain pan and these early Flatheads have a ridiculously big drain nut. So I got these big channel lock pliers here. I'll just bust this loose. First time I changed oil in this car, it was so thin that it came out of the bucket, splashed right out into my face. Made a huge mess. Ruined my shirt. I had to throw my shirt in the garbage. So hopefully that's not the case this time. We'll find out. I've only changed oil once in this car. When I first got it, that was almost a year ago. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's gross, but it's not. It was so thinned out with gas last time. Gross. So we'll let that do its thing. Check this for sludge. There's a bit of sludge on it. Nothing I'm too concerned about. That's pretty gross under here. Alright, let that drain out. Do its thing. So just for fun, I'm gonna look at this in the light, clean it off, some brake clean. It looks pretty good though. I'm mostly just looking for like big metal chunks. I could be wrong, but I think these are magnetized. At least there's always a little bit of stuff stuck to them, so I'm assuming it's magnetized. Might not be though, but it looks okay. I mean, it's not a rebuilt engine, so it's not going to be perfect. But I'm happy with it. So I think we'll put this back in. Put some oil back in it. Okay, with that all cleaned up and drained out, let's do one of the most important things. It's an oil change. Put the drain plug back in. Very important. I have never not put the drain plug back in, but I've definitely been in the shop with other people when they forget. Okay, I'll take these guys and snug that up again. Doesn't have to be Mondo tight, just a nice snug. And while it was draining, I kind of gave everything a once-over underneath just to see how it all looked. It all looks fine. So I think we'll put it back on the ground and put oil in it. Okay, so what kind of oil should you run in your Flathead? That is a very controversial topic. Some people like straight 30 weight non-detergent. Some people like Rotella. I have always used this Lucas Hot Rod Classic 2050. The reason I use it, number one, high zinc. That's very important with old engines, especially with flat tappet cams. Modern oil does not have zinc in it, so it will destroy a flat tappet cam very fast, very quickly. I've seen it happen in like a couple 100 miles. So that's the main thing, run high zinc. The reason I run 2050 is because this engine has rope seals. And I find if I run less, like thinner than 2050, it always leaks past the rope seal. But the thick stuff, 2050, doesn't. So both this car and my Roadster, I've been running this for years in it. And both of them, despite being old engines, I check the oil like once a month and it never goes down. So that's what I use. I guess the most important rule with oil is quantity is more important than quality. Meaning having an engine full of shitty oil is better than an engine full of no oil. Sometimes on a road trip you'll need some oil, you're at a gas station and all they have is modern oil that's not high zinc or whatever. Doesn't matter, just dump it in. Because there will be enough zinc oil left in there that it mixes with that it'll at least get you home. And then you can change oil and put proper stuff in. But don't ever not put oil in when you need oil, just because you can't find high quality oil. So, just about done. This engine doesn't have an oil filter on it. Oil filters on Flatheads became an accessory, I think starting in the late 40s. I know most 8BAs have them. They have like a big canister cartridge style filter that sits on the side. But this engine does not have one. So I just put 4 liters of oil in it. If you have one that has a filter, they take 5 liters. It's kind of weird because in the manual it says to put 5 liters in. But when you put 5 liters in, it's always way too high on the dipstick. And when they started putting oil filters on, which take a liter, they never changed it to 6 liters. It's still just 5 liters. So I've always put 4 in. It'll be fine. Okay. Put this cap back in there. Should have cleaned that out. You're supposed to clean that out every oil change. Okay. Oil change is done. So I've got this big jug here that I'm just going to dump my old oil in so that I can take it to the recycle place rather than dumping it in the little ones. Ah, gross. Looks like a truck stop coffee, which isn't a bad thing. I like truck stop coffee. Okay, that is done. Moving along to the next thing on the list. Okay, next up we got this little clamp right here that came apart. These are what I use. They're sometimes referred to as P clamps because it looks like a letter P. Their actual name, however, is they're Adele clamps, and they've been around, I think, since the 40s. They're aircraft clamps. Also, sorry, in the last little bit, my mic accidentally unplugged and I didn't realize, so if the audio quality sucks, that's why. But yeah, so they are just a little insulated clamp. They work great. I use them for fuel lines. Oh, there goes my mic again. Fuel lines, brake lines, electrical. I don't know why this one came apart. I've never seen that before. I'm glad I caught it though before it sprung a fuel leak. Let's get it out of there. Yeah, look at that thing. Okay, put the mic back on so you can hear me. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Huh. Oh, wow. It's part of the actual thing. I wonder if I broke it when I was installing it. If I put it on too tight and it twisted or something. Okay, slide the new guy on there. Put the screw back in. Just easier said than done for some reason. Okay, there we go. Alright, we'll see how long that lasts. I'm kind of trying to get everything sorted out on this now. I'm going on a road trip next month with it to Vernon, which is a few hours. Okay, let's get this fuel bowl apart now. I hope you can still see over my shoulder. Okay, so this just has a little deal on the bottom you unthread. Like such. And then, oh, maybe not enough. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's get that out of there. Gross, look at that. It's not very nice looking gas, is it? So we'll take this over here. I think I'm going to give this a little wipe down. I hope that gas station doesn't have bad gas. I get gas there all the time. They're one of the few places that has ethanol-free gas. As I'm sure you guys all know, ethanol and old cars do not get along. Much like old cars and oil with no zinc. The ethanol that most gas stations have ethanol mixed in their gas, and it wreaks havoc on any rubber parts in the fuel system, such as fuel hose. Although the fuel hose I get now is it's okay for ethanol, but like fuel pumps and carburetors and stuff like that, they do not like ethanol. Okay. That guy just screws back on. Okay, I think we're ready to fire it up. Yeah. Well, that looks a lot better. Hopefully it was just crap in my sediment bowl. Let's check the oil on this thing. That is way up high on the dipstick. Even with only 4 liters in it. I don't know if this dipstick's the right dipstick for this engine, but that's about where it normally sits, so yeah, I think it's good. I'll take it. Okay, so I think that concludes this video on the 47. Thanks for watching. I think I'll go for a little drive in it now. I gotta go pick Shannon up from work. In other news, remember this thing? Just getting the radiator done. I talked to Don yesterday and it's done. He's sending it back 2.5 inches shorter, so hopefully it shows up tomorrow.
and then we'll do another video on this guy going back together. Roadster pickup. Started doing some rear suspension stuff on it. Made, oh, that was loud. Made these guys last Friday to go on there for the rear spring. So I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. Yeah. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching, and thanks again to the Cavaleros for letting me use their music. Please check out their website, cavaleros.com, and support them with merch. Buy a CD. Musicians love when you buy CDs. So go buy their CD. It's a great CD. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about it for now. Let's go for a drive.
Also, I forgot to mention two things. One, I just broke my mic completely, so it's destroyed now. And two, I forgot to mention my own website. Go check out lgspeedcustom.com if you want some hot rod shirts and hot rod parts and stuff like that. You know, if you want. Let's go for a drive.
Get him! Get him!